Ah, hello, and welcome to Drakenmemoria. For those of you who might be wondering what Drakenmemoria is, well, it's Dungeons and Dragons, and more specifically, a group of people playing Dungeons and Dragons. So if this isn't what you want to watch, well, just look either at the right or at the left of your viewing screen, unless you're watching this on television and there's no other option, and you'll see other options. But for everyone else, which means you actually want to be there or you don't mind being there, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you with us. So I hope you didn't wait too long. I know that it was a bit of a longer wait than usual, but we're hoping it's worth it because, as you can see, we still have all of our players. Again, we have a little problem with audience. We had to choose between a good sound and looking at nostrils or looking at his face and no good sound. So we decided that it would be better if we had good sounds. I hope you all agree with this. I'm pretty sure his nostrils are very intriguing for a doctor specialized in this. But for us, it's more fun to hear his voice. And I'm hoping for you too. So now you know why one of us is playing as his picture. But he's there. Sam, say something so people know that you're there. You're making me look bad.
It's awkward.
Yeah, the awkward moment.
Stupid dog, you're making me look bad. Ooga booga booga booga.
All right, well, Sam, I can't hear you. Let's hope that you'll be able to settle this by the time I have the recap finished. All right. So, what happened last episode? Well, a lot of things. And, among other things, a past player and a past character, part of the group once, rejoined with us. Tobiyashi was found right when the episode started, after everyone had... The party had managed to make its way inside of the still buried part of the city, as they are currently in a city that's being excavated, an old dwarven city that's being excavated from the mountain, and humans are using this to live in, along with a few dwarves. But so they went inside the not excavated part of the city, found a group of people that were being held against, well, to be sacrificed, among which Jorg were. So as they found their friend, they also found the old friend Tobiyashi, who was quite eager to get out of there, sorry. Trying to mix several words together, and it always ends weird. So as audience and Tobiyashi reacquainted with one another briefly, and Tobiyashi sort of started to realize how weird the party had become ever since the last time he'd been with them, and they've become, in general, seemingly accustomed to weirdness. So there's going to be a lot for him to unpack when they're in a safer place. But for now, they had to make their way out of the city. And so they did their best. However, as they were making their way out of the un-excavated city and into the excavated city, they were spotted by someone who... Well, spotted by two persons. One friendly and one not so friendly. Their friendly encounter warned them that their unfriendly encounter was chasing them. And so they gave all of the prisoners to their friendly encounter a most likely monk, half-elven woman by the name of Naifa. Depending on where you're in the world. As she said, her name is pronounced differently. They gave the civilian population to her so she could get them to the monastery. And the rest of the party decided to be some sort of diversion. So they all readied themselves, they prepared a plan, and as they managed to draw this enemy closer toward them, they all hid in buildings near a town center. And then suddenly, the enemy appeared, and the audience sent his battle mount to try and draw this creature toward a trap that they had laid by placing a brick, which they had confirmation before that the brick had significant destructive capability. They managed to push their enemy inside of the trap by using a little bit of ingenuity, as their primary plan didn't quite work as they intended. But the explosion occurred, and a huge crater was left where the creature following them was. But after a little moment of victory that they thought they had earned, they realized their enemy hadn't completely been neutralized. It was injured, but still very much willing to eviscerate the group slowly over the course probably of a few days. And so, audience, Ohunak, and immediately after, most likely followed by most of the group, went out of the buildings and decided to take on the challenge of attacking this beast. And this is where we left off. So, I will... Forgot to open my music. Start this with this music, this combat music. All right. This is the battle map, and this is one of the reasons why we were a little bit late, because I was having trouble finding colors which would make it easier for you to see the battle map, but unfortunately, that's the best I came up with.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. I would just thought about it. Sam, can you hear us?
He's currently muted.
I can.
Oh.
I can.
Hey, there he is.
Okay. So Sam, do you have a mean to see the battle map if I send it through Discord?
It's gonna be. I might not really be able to see the battle map, but it's one because it's one character. I think we'll be okay. But I will try and do my best with myself.
Okay. Your sound is a little muffled.
Okay. How's that?
So I've sent you the battle map for everyone else, and for audience, well, it's a crater. So.
Yeah. Audience strategy is going to be run towards the guy and hit him. So I don't think that's going to be that hard to just put me there.
Sure. Yeah, no, that's actually quite easy. All right, so for all of the other players, I'm so sorry. I was trying to place the grid of the battle map, but unfortunately, black didn't do it because the bottom part of the battle map is black. So I tried to find a better color, but unfortunately, the map is just a little too big, and it's slightly hard to figure out the drawing under the battle map. I'm so sorry. Okay, so Fisher, you were hiding with who exactly already?
I believe I was with Jorg.
You were with Jorg. Alright, so Jorg and Fisher would appear relatively at the same corner in the battle map. Audience was with Remy, if I remember.
No,
No?
Remy was with Olnek.
Olenek. Alright. Remy was...
I was with Tobias.
And you
Yeah, we
were
were
with
inside
Tobias.
building.
Okay, so considering that this was at one point a town center, roughly at the middle of it, there was a well, a fountain. Well, it's not there anymore. And your enemy, well, just to make sure that you see it properly, I'm going to make it slightly bigger than usual, but it doesn't mean it's a large monster. It just means that he's there and he's impressive.
I mean, look on the bright side. Instead of a well, now they'll have a lake.
Once they fill it, yeah.
Bigger pond. Just build a bigger one. Dude, we got the first part of renovating done for them. Hey.
Yeah.
All right. So, I've placed you roughly where, because I believed you said you would place yourself around the town center. So this is why I believe this would be it. But since I'm giving a 1 round to place yourself as the explosion has occurred, everyone is moving outside. If you want to reposition yourself on the map, go ahead. So right now we have Fisher and Jorg on the P line. Not the other P, the just letter P. We have Remy and Ornak on the N and M line, and Tobiashi and Audience on the H and G line.
H and G line.
Jorg
Okay.
is currently exactly 60 meters away, so he might have been
Oh gosh.
like
60 feet, you mean? 60
Feet,
meters is quite a lot more.
60 feet. Yeah. Yeah.
I know. We
How
used
far am I away right now?
Because
I don't know.
Well, he was pushed back a little bit. You are
60?
60.
yeah, exactly
60
60
feet?
feet.
Okay.
Ooh.
Alright. I mean, audience is
We'll
just
do a
gonna try and close.
maneuver.
I'm just gonna try and be getting as close as possible. So it doesn't.
Okay, so I don't mind getting you a little bit closer. Like I said, you and Orunak were the first one to come out and be ready for the fight. Good lord. I'm having so much trouble with the colors. It's not obvious. And when everything is this small, so let me explain. I was planning to make the battle corner of the map larger, so that you see all of this easier and place all of players at one side. But there are a few circumstances right now that are making it hard for me to do a lot of planning. One of which is my second dose of the vaccine. So that
Ooh,
one is
boy.
important
Yeah,
that I
that-
get.
That's fun.
And
That's a rough one.
yeah, well, it's supposed to be tomorrow, so
Okay.
Which vaccine are you getting?
I believe it's Pfizer that I have.
That's what I got.
All right, so
Hashtag non-spawn.
all right, so Fisher and Jorg, do you want to be placed somewhere else?
I think that's good.
It's good. Okay.
Are me and audience still in the building that we were in?
Audience came out of the building as soon as he realized that the beast was still alive.
Okay.
So I believe the last thing you did was turn to your mace and say, if you could help, that would be a really good time. And
Yeah. Okay.
the answer that I didn't have time to give you was that you recognize the behavior of your mace head for I need something.
Okay, need something. Right.
That's as good as an answer as you can get.
At least 3 shots of whiskey.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll
So,
calm him down.
it is letting you know that yes, it would like to help you, but it needs something in order to do so. Unfortunately, it is not something you have managed to learn so far.
Mm-hmm. All right.
All right, so everyone, roll your initiative. So I'm rolling for the
We
beast.
lead off
Oh,
with the
shit.
nat 20.
Me too.
For a grand total of...
I got a 7.
22.
Okay. So
Audience.
19. I got a 19.
Rolling 7s all day, baby.
you got a
You
19.
have a -1 in your dex.
So, audience 19.
No, I didn't actually roll a nat 20. That was a joke. I rolled a 6.
Oh, I
Okay.
actually rolled a -20.
Okay.
No, I get plus.
Fisher?
I got a hot 9.
9. All right. Jorg?
Jorg got 22.
22. Okay. Remy?
Raimi has a 19.
Damn, a lot of 19s. Yeah.
Dex mod +4.
Yeah, Remy goes before me then.
Am I reading this right? I believe Onak got a 0.
Hey. A 0?
He's so ready to fight,
Yeah, well,
guys.
he has -1 on dexterity, so if he rolls a natural 1, he's got 0. Tobiyashi with
Does that just mean
I
he
got a
missed?
7.
7.
Okay.
All right.
So I just sit Hey, down in what- the house really quick.
Would move slow, guys.
Well, yeah, that's basically what I was going for. It's a living tree. It's a baby ant, you know. All right. So, and
I mean, Fisher is like an optimized version of that, but I mean, he's still slow. So you gotta imagine the original is.
Optimized.
okay. So,
No, it was made as nature intended.
Which, as everybody knows, is not optimized at all. Nature's kind of a crapshoot.
Nature takes the first option, which works, and for as long as
Yeah.
it works, it doesn't improve. So this is why
And it
our
doesn't have
body
to work great. It just has to literally survive.
Yeah. So this is why our body is not 100% well adapted to everything. All right. Well, apparently Jorg would be the one to go first with a 22.
Cool. Jorg
He's ready for fisticuffs.
Jorg is gonna plop a moonbeam down on him.
Okay. What is the range of Moonbeam already?
120 feet.
120 feet. Oh, well, you're in range, of course.
Actually,
Are you sure it's 120 feet?
that's what at least at third level.
Yes,
it is.
all right. 120 feet. That's all right. That's good. I thought it was after that.
It has a 60-foot movement speed if you use an action to move it,
Aha.
but the range of the spell itself.
So, of
is-
course, you can easily manage this.
Yeah. Maybe you should summon animals instead.
All right. Well, choose what you're
Just
doing.
gonna do moonbeam. It's easier.
Okay. So,
It's easier. I like this
It's
strategy.
easier.
All right, yeah, he's doing a moonbeam.
But the name.
Yeah, it turns out this dude is really just like a little halfling. He was just
Okay.
shape-shifted.
All right. Moonbeam. So the moonbeams appear, and on its turn, it rolls a Constitution saving throw. Is that it?
Yeah,
All right.
DC 15. And then Jorg is going to move a little closer. He's just going to move to N8.
N8. So
Remember, he has like a 60-foot throwing attack.
He's already within 60 feet. Oh, actually, I've got a range of 120, so he's actually going to move back to 11.
11. All right. And
Yeah, that'll be his turn.
that'll be his turn. All right. In that case, it will use one of its legendary action to retaliate with this. And it is using its chain short sword to attack you, which it can do by spending a legendary action every time someone uses a ranged weapon or a spell, and they are within 60 feet of him.
You should have
What
moved.
I'm hearing
first.
is I should have moved first.
Yeah, I'm hearing you should have moved first.
Oh no, sorry. Sorry, I was reading the wrong thing. It's reaction. Don't even have to use legendary action. It's a reaction.
Oh, good.
Oh, so yeah, this actually happens even before before Jorg even ends their turn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he was still in 60 feet, so it still
One
worked.
waste hits.
But yeah, that's what I mean. It's different when a legendary action happens because that happens at the end of a turn.
All right, Remy. Remember
Oh.
that throwing your dagger might be technically worse now.
All right, so he uses this, which is a regular attack, but he does so like this. All right, so you use your spell, and immediately you see this flying object going right in your direction. But no, why do we have rain? I said I wanted it. I really hate it when it does that.
It's the rebel from the bomb falling back down, finally.
Now, I don't know why.
I mean,
Every time
mostly
I...
it's still raining.
Yeah, oh no, it is still raining. You're doing this and the rain is still pouring. The shockwave probably pushed away the rain for a little bit, but came back right after.
Oh no, it's very epic scenery. It's like a blown out town thunderstorm, and now there's a moonbeam just coming from the sky, like
Yeah.
highlighting it.
It's like, look, I'll throw a comparison here. Jorg just used Moon Healing Escalation, and he countered with Venus Love Chain and Circle.
Okay, well, no, that's interesting. It's an interesting way of saying this. All right, so as I was saying, you see this chain short sword coming your way, Jorg, and you are attacked with quite a bad attack actually. 11.
Oh. Yeah, that doesn't hit.
All right,
It's close, but it doesn't.
it's close. So you see the chain just. So when that happened, you were right next to Fisher. So it misses, and Fisher, you see this chain sword just hit the ground right next to where you were. Jorg barely managed to avoid it, and you moved to 010, is that it?
11.
11 after.
I
All
haven't
right.
actually counted how far that is.
15 feet.
It is still within 60 feet of him. Oh, well. He's eyeballing it.
Yeah. Okay. So in that case, well, he is still going to use a legendary action, but it's not going to be the same. Since the chain is right next to Fisher, he's going to use the chain grapple, which we saw. Well, you didn't see it because you left the group a few minutes before it happened, but it used that to grapple audience's mount. So you have to succeed a dexterity saving throw of 14.
A dex save.
Yeah!
You're a giant thing of metal. You can move quickly, right?
No,
Got this.
no, I can't. Let's see.
The heart of the cards.
I don't move at all. Oh, that's a nat 1.
Natural 1. All right, well, you
Plus
see...
0.
You see him just do a wave inside with the chain, and you see the chain just go up, and you're not sure how it did that, but you find yourself completely grappled by the chain. You're not restrained, but you're grappled by the chain.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't move at all because I'm just staring at it like confused about the physics of it. Like, that shouldn't be able to do that, and then it's just around me.
Fisher's doing the calculations in his head. Like,
Yeah.
wait.
Caught up focusing on the wrong.
For one moment, he forgot that there's magic in the world. So
Yeah. It's like, this dude's big and strong. He's not supposed to also have magic.
and range. All right.
Yeah, you get to pick 2 of the 3.
So the next one on the initiative would be all of the 19s. So we get audience, we get Remy, and we get our nasty villain.
Well, what are their dexes?
I'm pretty sure Remy would be the first one to go, because I'm pretty much convinced he has at least +4 on dexterity.
He does.
I do.
All right, then in that case, you're the first one to go.
You know, I just want to imagine that there is just this comedic moment where it's just like, Raimi has the dagger ready, but then immediately remembers this man, like, crushing through the roofs and entire walls of buildings, thinks better of it, and pulls out the short bow instead. and he gets to attack from hiding.
Okay.
I mean, I assume, unless he has a passive perception of 29. Anyway.
No, that's all right. You managed to hide for a moment.
Well, I mean, honestly, I just would have been really impressed. It's just like, what is this dude on?
Everything.
That's. Oh yeah, let's not rule that out. Like, he could just be on everything. That would
It's a hell of a
explain
cocktail.
but that will be a soft 20 to hit.
Okay, well, that is you managed to hit barely.
Oh Jesus!
That doesn't give me a lot of confidence.
Like, you hate to hear that. Oh God.
Alright, what did you roll?
Let's see. 3, 7, 13, 17. 3 or 5. 22 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And you know what? Just because Gravy still has a free bonus action, he's gonna fucking hide again because he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to deal with that.
Okay. Well, when you fire with your bow, there's one thing you do manage to realize. His pain reaction seems to be far less than what it should be. And this is when you realize, oh yeah, he seemed to be pretty incensed when the combat started. This is what we call raging.
Yeah, just like
What? Us
yeah,
in the
that
biz?
just makes Raimi want to hide even harder. It's
Okay.
like, nope.
All right.
So that'll be a 17 for reference.
Okay.
And that'll end Raimi's turn.
Well, audience, I believe you have a +3 on dexterity.
I do.
The creature also has +3 on dexterity, so
Well,
you
both
both...
roll it.
Yeah, I'd say you both go at one another, screaming and ready for combat.
Okay. Should we roll to see which one of us technically hits first?
Alright, yeah, you can... So you manage to find... Sure, if you want.
We won't add any bonus, just a straight roll.
Okay.
To see which. I got a 9.
Got it. Got a natural 20.
Well, I'd rather he got that there than on his attack, so I'll take it.
You know what? You should have made a gay roll.
You know what? You can go first then.
Okay, so he looks at you and you see the rage in his eyes, and just as you reel for it to hit him, you notice that he's gonna hit first. But you see him take his great axe, flip it, and he's using it one-handed. And now you're right in front of him. He is at least 9 feet tall. He's just on the level of a large creature.
9 feet tall. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
You guys see his circle on the battle map? It's bursted out the seams of that square.
And you
So
see
I'm
him.
not used to look-
You see him
to look
flip his.
at my opponent.
You see him flip his great axe, the backside of it, which you notice seems to have 2 fangs, and he says, "Well, let's get this fight started in a better position." And he strikes at you as hard as he can.
All right.
He is
Pain.
thick with 3 C's.
So it's a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
That'll hit. And
I feel like I'm taking a solid 20 points of hit points here.
actually, it's not that big of an attack, but it's 15 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
But as you feel it hit you, graze you, and bite a little bit inside of you, you feel something pulling on you. And then you notice on him, wounds are starting to heal.
Oh, fuck. You got one of these abilities. All right.
And he actually looks just a little bit better than when the combat started. Ah, that feels better! Come on, little man!
11, yeah, because if he took 11 from Raimi and then 15, he'd be slightly better. He would have gained 4. Okay.
Alright, your turn.
All right, well, I'm in front of him, and he
Yep.
hit me, and I did not appreciate that, so I'm going to return the favor.
Go ahead.
My dice let me roll.
What?
Did he get the con for the
No.
moonbeam?
Oh,
attack.
Constitution saving throw. Alright. On the dice, he rolled 17, so...
Okay, yeah, he's good. He's good.
I believe it takes half as much.
Takes half.
So roll 1d10.
Okay.
Are you using it 2nd level or 3rd level?
He cast it at 3rd level.
Cast it at 3rd level? Alright, roll 3d10, and he's gonna take half that damage.
Ooh, he takes 21. Does it round up to 11?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, audience, as you prepare to strike at him, you notice that he's searing from the light. Still searing from the light.
Roll! Jesus Christ.
So,
All right, that'll hit.
you rolled a what to hit?
I rolled a 17.
17.
Plus 8, so enough.
Enough to hit. Yes, of course. Go ahead.
My first attack missed, though. My first attack missed.
Okay, well, then go
My
ahead.
second attack. All right. So on my second attack, I will use a smite. And I will use a second level.
Okay.
And that will be second levels will be plus the great sword. First that. So that's gonna be 10, and then 3d8. Three. Let me roll.
Grand total what?
Plus 15. So that's 25 in total. 15 of the damage is radiant.
Okay. You notice, to your dismay, that all damage that he has just incurred are doing far less on him than what you would expect.
Yeah. So it's just 25 cut in half then, probably. So
Yeah.
10, 13. So he took 13.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
No, those were my two attacks. I don't think I can do anything else.
Okay. All right. In that case, this is the end of your turn. So you hear him just laugh it out. It's gonna feel great! And you hear him unleash a spine-chilling owl that feel unnaturally close to that of a wolf. Anyone that can hear him and see him, make a wisdom saving throw.
Come on, Jorg.
I don't think I don't have the thing yet where I'm impervious to fear. So I still think I got it.
Jorg got an 18.
An 18. All right, that is enough for you to succeed.
21.
That is enough.
11.
That is not enough. So now you're not only grappled, you are frightened of him.
But
Remy, what did you roll?
I only rolled a 14.
14, that is not enough. You're also frightened of him, but you were, so... So technically there's not a lot of change there.
I rolled an 18.
You rolled an 18. That is enough. You feel this owl as you're right next to the source of the sound, but you manage to push it off. Barely.
I've heard a dragon roar. I've heard worse.
Well, actually, the only thing that would be worst in your recent history would be the fight against the jack-o'-lantern. It is a similar ability. All right. So that is what he does for his turn. He's right next to you. He's using that. All right. In that case, that's 19, that's 19, that's 19. We go to 9. Fisher! You can... You can make another wisdom saving throw to push off the fright. And you can figure out what to do. You are currently grappled.
okay. So Wiz saves just at the start of my turn.
Yeah. Every turn an affected creature
Let's
can make a
go.
wisdom saving throw
Also,
to break.
if you could update the
Oh,
map.
sorry. Here you
Don't
go.
worry, guys. I just got a -1 to this, so we got
You
this.
got this. You got this.
18.
18. That is enough to push away the fright.
Hey!
You manage to regain your senses, but you're still grappled. So, what are you gonna do about that?
Okay. He's still, like... So this chain is wrapped around me,
Yeah.
and he's still holding it with one hand.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Just run at him,
Stro-
Fisher. Just run.
Rolling to
I
like,
can't.
reel
I'm
yourself into him,
grappled.
and then you can fight him.
Right? Technically, my...
Yeah,
I
you're
can't
grappled. Technically, the only effect of that is that you cannot move.
Yeah.
You can roll. You can make a normal attempt to break the grapple, dexterity or strength, but it's against his, and you feel it as you are currently grappled by it. You feel it. He is strong.
Yeah. Yeah. I believe that.
I'm sure he's also more dexterous than you, because I think a rock is more dexterous.
Uh-huh. Can I... How beefy is this chain?
It's a pretty large. Each link are pretty large. I'd say easily 3/4 of an inch long. Each link.
Uh-huh. I don't know if you want to attach some kind of check to this. Do I think that if I were to go chromatic strike with acid and try and cut through this chain, does that seem like that would be feasible to me?
Make an Arcana roll.
Right.
Also, does this chain hang low? Does it wobble to the flow? Or does it
Uh,
shine
that
like, is
no.
it platinum? Is it gold?
That is an 18.
18. So you don't know what this chain is, but one thing you do realize is that he is currently 45 feet away from you, and before he threw the chain, it wasn't dragging on the ground.
Okay, so it's probably magical and therefore...
Very hard to destroy with small means like this.
Uh-huh. Okay. In that case, I guess I will, just try and break out.
Go ahead.
So my question is, which one of us is going to learn how to use the shade sword when we kill him?
I think Toby's got the closest thing to it already.
He does. I was going to say, I think Toby already got some of
That's
the
not
I mean,
bad.
I'll have it in the other hand.
Using athletics, that's a 23.
That's pretty good. I rolled very low for each one. You beat him, but not by much. You feel at one point, because he's fighting against audience, at one point he stops paying attention to you, and you see your moment right there to, and you pull yourself out. And immediately as you get out of the chain, you see it just go completely rigid again. So you have your confirmation that the chain adjusts.
There's
length.
something up with this chain.
Yeah,
Okay, so was that my action?
that is an action, yes.
Okay. So then I guess I'd just like to run 30 feet towards him, but if I could also put I don't like this chain, so if I could run not parallel to it, so not like straight at him, but like closer to him, but also a little bit of distance between me and the chain.
Okay, okay.
So maybe two. Let's see.
So maybe something like K5?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah, because that would. Yeah.
so next turn you'd be in range to reach him with your normal movement. Unless he moves. Alright. Alright, so that's it? Nothing else?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Also, I'm a little insulted that nobody wanted to give Raimi with his wobbly arms the chain.
Well, my feeling is that it would go to either one of our warrior with lesser range means. So,
What are you
Toby.
talking about? Raimi could totally pick up that chain. Here, watch. Yeah.
Yeah, you can drag it. You'll be the drag queen. Oh, sorry. So
I was not expecting that.
sorry.
That was out of nowhere, but
Yeah.
but it was pretty good.
Caught me outside on that one.
All right, Tobiyashi, your turn. 7.
Okay, I'm gonna as I'm walking out, I'll be talking to the thing. I'm kind of like spinning it as fast as I can as I'm walking outside.
Okay.
I'm gonna spin it and I'm gonna say, all right, I'm gonna need your help. We can't hide. And it looks like we're gonna have to fight this thing. So I'm gonna walk all the way up to behind audience to his right side. So H10.
Okay.
And as I'm spinning it, I'll see if it reacts to anything. I'm just spinning it as fast as I can, kind of like twisting it around my body, and then I'm gonna go in for a hit on the right side of his head.
All right. Well, you notice that there's a slight bit of energy coming off of your chain. That's just the +1 of the head.
Yeah.
So without means, that's the best it can give you.
Yeah. Okay, and that is a 12.
That is not enough to hit. You
Yeah.
throw
I
it, and actually he's dexterous enough just to dodge this. So you just see him go.
Yeah, after I see that, I'm gonna back up. Because I'm not in range from the. Yeah, I'm not in range. Yeah, I'm gonna back up. I'll back up.
Well, you already did 30 feet of movement.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
How much movement
All
do
right,
you have
yeah.
left?
I have 40, so I have
10 feet.
10.
So where are you going?
So I'm gonna move back 2 spaces.
Okay.
H12.
Okay.
And that'll be the end of my turn for then.
All right. Which means.
I like to think that audience sees Tobiyashi just muttering to his weapon and slowly walk up to this guy, full on whiff, and then just back away.
I'm just like, yeah, the look on my face, I'm like, I thought this would be easier. I'm just gonna... Audience, you could take care of that. I'm just gonna,
He's a little rusty. He hasn't.
Yeah.
He's been in the cell. I know. He's been in the cell for a while.
All right. So. Yeah, it's Ogunak turns. Ogunak, with where he
Double
is.
moonbeam him. Create more moonbeams.
What?
It's like double moonbeam him.
Yeah, that's basically the best thing he can do from where he is. All right. So yeah, he's gonna cast Moonbeam. So before you had a beam of light, this is gonna, and the beam of light is actually right now. I believe it was here. It's not easy to see. We're gonna use the NPC token. So that's the beam of light of Jor because he moved out of the beam when he went And you have another moonbeam. I'm gonna have to make some that are a different color than black.
Man, this is gonna be a great show from like a mile away.
Yeah, no, I'm really so sorry for those of you watching this on your phone. This map must be horrible for you. I am absolutely, sincerely, honestly so sorry about
No,
this.
no, that's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to like in the actual game world itself, where it's just like, what is these two pillars of light, and why are they converging on a single location?
Oh yeah, from the monastery, someone watching and there was an explosion. What the?
And I'm sure the other cultists are all like, what the fuck is happening in the center of our city?
Should we intervene? I don't know.
Like, it's just the big guy doing stuff. I don't want to deal with him when he gets smashy, so we're gonna hang out over here.
Alright, so that's what he does, and I believe that's everyone. We go back to the top of the initiative with Jorg.
Jorg.
Move that
It's done.
moonbeam, dork.
Yeah. Jorg's going to use his whole action to summon a bear totem.
Okay.
Which
Is that a concentration ability?
it is not.
Okay.
The spirit totem just kind of
Okay.
does its thing.
Okay, so what does the bear totem do?
Where's my bear totem at? So the bear spirit.
The bear totem gives
us-
temporary hit points.
Yeah, 5 temporary hit points each.
Okay.
And, plus my druid level, so that would be the 9 temporary hit points.
Okay.
10, we're 5 now, I forgot about that, yep. And then we gain advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws while in the aura. And he'll put it...
That'll be nice for the friggin' chain.
He's going to put it on K10.
K10. Alright, because my small circles are not well seen in black background, I'm going to use a second NPC token. So, here it is.
Alright.
So the totem is on K10, and what is the range?
It is 30 feet. Yeah, it's a 30-foot radius around that point.
Okay. Oh, the crud.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Barely gets range.
30 feet radius. So let's use my circle instead. And go like this.
Raimi feels as strong as a bear.
Okay,
Get that.
so...
Insert your own joke here.
Yeah, feel that bear skin surging.
I guess
Not
next
skin,
time I'm gonna
but,
have
like,
to make
toughness.
different colors for my area of effect. I managed to make a circle one, but hey. So anyone within the circle, if you can actually see it, would benefit from this. All right. So you're doing this. The moonbeam is there. All right.
It'll be 2 more.
What?
Or it's 30 feet. I got 20 on there.
Oh.
I think Raimi's in that circle.
In this case, yeah, you're right.
That's good.
It's a big
I guess
circle.
Raimi
Like
probably
this.
doesn't need the health as much as the people that are currently in the circle, except for Fisher could use it.
I mean, you say that, but then he's gonna cast Magic Missile at level 9.
Well, then I think we lose.
Well, I mean, if he does
9.
that, I would be the only one that doesn't need it, because I could just shield.
I'll try to deflect as many as I can.
I mean, technically I can too, but it's the principle of the thing.
Yeah. All right. So, Jorg, anything else you'd like to do? The totem is placed.
Oh, yeah, move his moonbeam over carefully so it hits him.
Okay.
but
So,
not audience.
right on him. Okay. Then we are... Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Next
He's
one in the
done.
initiative is Remy. He's pretty easy to see. He's got 2 moonbeams on himself.
Alright, I'm gonna make that roll first. Is a 15 enough to succeed?
No. No.
Alright. So then, Raimi is still attacking from hidden, so his disadvantage is removed, and there's still an ally next to him, so he'll still get sneak attack if it hits.
Okay.
Let's see. That's going to be a 23 to hit. Why couldn't I roll that first?
23 is enough to hit.
I don't like being frightened, guys, even though it's in character right now. It's gonna be the 3, 7, 9, 13, 18 piercing. So cut that in half.
Okay.
And then Raimi's just gonna try and hide again. And for reference, that's gonna be a 26 as he just ducks behind his broken window.
Okay. Okay. He doesn't react to this. He seems to not find you that big of a problem. All right, which means
Probably the two celestial bodies trying to kill him.
yeah. Well, he's preparing something. Let's say. All right. So we have next one in the initiative. Remy, yes. So it's audience and the monster.
All right, I guess we'll roll off again for it.
Yeah.
See what-
I mean, unless you're gonna get one shot by something, you don't really need to.
It doesn't matter. All right, I rolled an 18.
Let's roll again. He rolled an 18 too.
I doesn't like me.
What?
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
No, that's good. I got a 1, so I think he's gonna go first.
Yeah, there's a 0 additional to this one. He got 10. So, all right. So he goes first, and his attack is 24 to hit.
I assume he's attacking me.
Oh yes, he's attacking you right now.
Okay, yes, that hits.
All right. So it hits you for, and again he used the backside of his axe, really shoving it deep inside of you for a total of 18 points of piercing damage.
And then take away 8.
And again, you feel that energy go right out of you, and you see some of his wounds starting to heal, almost all the way back to where it was at the beginning of this, at the beginning of the previous turn. He's barely feeling everything that's happening right now, and he just smiles at you. Come on, little man, show me what you got.
Alright. Well, I will respond by trying to hit him.
Go ahead.
If it lets me. Come on. Asshole. Oh, please. Please. Let me roll. No, you don't like it, fun. Alright. That's gonna be a 13 plus 8 is 21 and an 18. It's gonna be a 21 and an 18 to hit for my 2 attacks.
21 hits, 18 doesn't hit.
Alright. On the 21 that hits, I will use. I'm gonna use a level 1 Divine Smite.
Okay.
One of those times chill touch would be better than firebolt.
That's gonna be 15, and then 2d8 is.
Oh yeah. Two
Is something wrong?
Constitution saving throw for the Oh, looks like he fails both. Jorg, roll the damage for your moonbeam.
Damage for Moonbeam.
By the way, he's taking 24 damage from me, so he'll be taking 12.
Okay.
He's taking 16 from the Moonbeam, unless it's halved, and he's taking 8. And I'm pretty sure.
And then he'll take whatever he has from Oranax, too. But
Yep. I've already did that. It seems to be cooking him pretty well, but with everything he's been taking from you, audience, he's not feeling that bad. All right.
Well, I mean, he was already below half when the fight started, so he can't be feeling great from
No.
any addition.
Well, that's what's preventing him from using some of the, let's just call them more devastating attack. He's trying to stay alive, so he's drinking the hit points out of you.
Yeah.
You're doing a good job of preventing him from using his more horrific attack. Because he can do that as an action, not as a reaction, and not as a legendary action. So, all right. Anything else? Audience?
Oh, no, that'll be. I don't think. Yeah, I still don't really have. I don't think I have a bonus action I can do. That's gonna be helpful right now.
So, nope.
Yep. Nope.
Okay. All right. So 19, which means we go down to 9.
Like
Fisher.
Shield of Faith or something. Well, I am going to I'm going to run up to him, and on the way there, I would like to cast Chromatic Strike with my bonus action.
Okay.
And grab
Dang.
acid.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do acid with my little stopper thing. And then I would like to attack him twice with my greatsword.
Go ahead.
The first one is an 18 to hit.
Is not enough. He managed to push it away. Because it's funny, you believe that you were about to hit, but he managed to swipe it away by blocking it with a bracer that he has. Almost as efficient as a shield. Huh, I wonder what this could be.
And then I'll attack him again.
Go ahead.
Nope. That's 12.
Well, on that one, he just sidestepped.
You got this, Fisher. You can keep going if you want.
Got this.
I cannot keep going because we never had a short rest between the fight with the guards and now, did we?
No, you didn't.
No.
You just kept on going.
Never mind, Mister. You're done.
Nope, that's a bummer. I really wanted to.
All right, so that was Fisher, which means we go down to Tobiyashi.
Okay, I don't know if this will work, but so in one hand he has an axe, in the other hand he has the chain, right?
Yeah. Well, right now he took it back, so the chain came back. So in one hand he has a great axe, and on the other hand, dimension-wise, on him it looks like a dagger, but for you it's a short sword with a chain on it.
Okay. All right. Well, as he's distracted with audience and Fisher, smacking him around, I will place myself back behind audience, and I'm gonna use a key point to make a ribbon appear. It kind of just comes swindling down my arm, and I'm gonna shoot it at his weapon and try to grapple it out of his hand. So do I just make a grapple action? I have proficiency.
Yeah. So yeah, you wouldn't. Well, anyway, you'd have to make a grapple first. You wouldn't be able to do both right off the bat.
So grapple first.
No matter what.
Okay.
So first you have to do that. It's how you're gonna do the other one that's got me puzzled slightly. But let's start with the grapple.
Okay. So grappling it. That's a 10. Wait, I have advantage on it. No, wait, do I not? No, I don't. I just have proficiency with silk.
You have
Well,
advantage
if it's
of
a
the aura.
strength check, you get advantage from the bear totem.
The bear, yeah. No, that's because the silk is wisdom.
Uses wisdom.
Because the silk is made out of his ki, so it's his magic trait that is taken into consideration.
Never mind.
So what did you roll for your...
I rolled a 10. Oh, I'm whiffing.
Actually, he just barely managed to avoid it. You feel the grapple... I'm sorry, he rolled an 11. So you see the ribbon start to wrap around his hand, and immediately you see he sees it, reacts to it, pull really hard, and you see the extremity of your ribbon just shreds apart.
Okay. Well, that was a fail.
It was a good attempt. However, what he's doing and his reaction is technically... No, that's alright. He's gonna wait. He has a plan, and he's gonna keep to the plan. Go ahead, keep on going.
So I could still take a bonus action, right? I'm just gonna...
Yes.
No, I'm not gonna use it. I'm just gonna wait there, in the spot. Kind of just like, I missed again! Talking to the thing, I'm like, you didn't help me at all. What are you doing? We're gonna die here.
Audience is looking around at both his companions right now, Fisher and Tobiyashi, like, guys.
Keep it together, man. We're barely...
Go for the ball.
Get together.
He seems to be regenerating out of my hit points. Come on.
For how this fight started, I'm doing much better than I could be.
That is true.
I could still be over in the corner, afraid, and wrapped in the chain.
You are next to him. That is something.
Yeah, and you weren't there to see it, but the rest of the group knows that anyone wrapped in his chain can suffer a searing attack from the chain, because it can become red hot.
Wow. That's a bummer.
Yeah. didn't look too fun.
It does 15 points of fire. At least that's what it did to my cap.
Ouch.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So Arunak is just gonna keep on concentrating on his spell. Keeps it right on him. But as the it's anytime a spell is cast, a ranged weapon is used or thrown, he can retaliate on that. So he's gonna use that to use his chain on Arunak.
To be fair, he isn't casting a spell in this moment. He is concentrating on a spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to do... Because if he doesn't move, Moonbeam just stays there, right?
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to do anything other than...
All right. I'll give it to you. He's not technically casting a spell. He's maintaining a spell, although at ranged.
I mean, Ornak could throw another spell at him with his action that he has and then get hit if you want that.
No, he feels pretty confident right where he is. All right, well, in that case, at the end of this, he's going to use another legendary action then. And he is going to, again, give out a dreadful howl. So, anyone who is not currently under that fright, hold on.
Wisdom?
Yes, it's a wisdom. But everyone that is not currently under that fright, if you've managed to break it before, you have advantage on your saving throw, but you still have to make it.
Let's go.
Hold on. Fright. Remy, I believe you're
Luckily,
still
I had
frightened.
it.
I'm the only one who's still affected by it.
Did you make a saving throw on the beginning of your last turn?
Yeah, I did. I only
Okay.
rolled a 15.
Or you?
You told me it failed.
Yeah, I remember now. Okay. Are you using your bow or your dagger?
I used my bow.
Because while you're frightened, a creature has disadvantage on ability check and attack roll, while the source
Yes,
of
that
its
was
fear.
also hit in the previous turn, so it negated the disadvantage.
Yeah, but that would mean that you wouldn't be able to have sneak
A
attack on
target
your
was
bow.
within 5 feet of the creature.
Sorry?
An ally was within 5 feet of the
Oh
creature.
yeah. All right.
How sneak attack works.
Yeah, no, sorry, I forget about the last part.
I rolled an 18, by the way, on my wisdom save.
Okay. You roll 18. That is enough to succeed. All right, so Fisher. Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, right. Shit, sorry. I will just no need for advantage. The first one is a 19.
19. That is enough.
Down from a nat 20.
That is enough to. Well, it's good enough to not be frightened. All right. Jorg.
Jorg rolled 10.
Oh,
Then you're once again frightened. Tobiyashi.
It's a 3, but
See,
I got
okay,
plus 7 on it.
so I rolled a 1, and then I rolled a 12. So yeah, I rolled a 1. I mean, I rolled a 12, right? I had advantage, so I rolled a 12.
Yeah, you.
It wasn't a natural 1.
Still,
So we're
12 is not enough.
Yeah.
So you are frightened of him right now. So like I said, you have disadvantage on ability roll and attack roll against the creature so long as you can see it. And you cannot move... is that it? You cannot move closer to the creature. Okay, you can't willingly move closer to the source of it of your fear, which is the creature.
Okay.
So right now you are there and you cannot move. And Remy is there and he cannot move. And Jorg is there and he cannot move. And apparently Arunak is there and cannot move. So You got all of the range that stays at range, and all of the melee that are at melee. That's good. That's good. All right. We go back to the top of the round with Jorg.
Well, Jorg wants to do a wisdom save and try to break the.
Go ahead. Hey, Chaotic Calling has joined us.
That is a 19 plus 7 for a 26.
26 is enough to break it.
All right.
You managed to shake off the fear.
Yeah, he knows what's up. But is he wise enough to not use a spell even though he really wants to?
Well, so far you've only seen him use the chain on a physical range attack. No, sorry. The first one you did was a ranged magic attack. And he tried.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know that he can also do it on a ranged attack.
Yeah.
So, what do you want to do?
He will hit him with a sacred flame.
What's the range of Sacred Flame?
60 feet.
Okay, you're at 55 feet right now, so you're at the limit of the range, but you're still in range.
All right. And that's a dex save
Dex save. Okay.
for 15.
The dice itself is an 18, so...
Okay, so he takes 5 divided by 2 divided by 2.
That's
so.
Or 5 divided by nothing.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Which,
yeah.
breaks the
yeah.
game.
Divide by 0. So, yeah. All right. I guess the universe fell apart, so we're good.
Yeah, because I believe Sacred Flame is all or nothing.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, so
Yeah, all of the cantrips with a save attached to them are save or suck.
unfortunately. All right, so unfortunately you see him and you weren't completely done shaking off the fear, so you were having trouble concentrating and the spell didn't go out. All right, then we go to Remy.
Oh, he didn't react.
All right.
Let's react now that I mentioned it.
You can make your save.
Okay, significantly better. There's a 23.
That is enough to save. So you manage to shake off the fear.
I can't wait to get frightened again next round. But especially now that everyone's clustered all together, there isn't...
Well, I'd say because of where Tobiyashi is, don't roll a 1.
Well, I'll have to literally roll 2 1s. Which, I'll personally take a picture of it if it happens. Let's see. That is going to be a soft 20.
That is exactly what you need to hit him. He tries to block it, but it just goes under his defense.
Alright, that's going to be 3, 7, 9, 13, 17 piercing damage.
Okay.
So, cut that in half.
Okay, he's starting to look rather hurt.
It's like, yeah, I heard him. It's like, shit, I heard him. And then he hides again.
Well, yeah, since he can actually now do this as a reaction, he can do this right before you try and hide. So I hit him! Oh shit! And you see this short sword coming right at you! That is a 26 to hit.
Yeah, I can't shield that, so it hits.
Okay, so here he is. That is, 10 points of damage as the sword at the end of the chain just hits your shoulder and sets itself right next to you.
Nearly hits the shoulder as Raimi just like takes the blunt end of his bow and kind of like knocks it a bit out of the way and cuts it in half with uncanny dodge.
You manage to uncanny dodge this. And this is where Rogue starts getting annoying. All right.
And then he hides with a 26.
Do you move?
Like, nope.
Do you move?
Not again.
Do you move from where you are right now?
Is there more than one window to this building?
Oh, by the way, I'm sentinel attacking him when he attacks Raimi.
Okay.
That's a legitimate question, DM. Is there a second window to this building?
Oh, I'm not.
Not in the front. Not giving you a front view. You'd have a side street view or something like that. You wouldn't be able to see your target if you go in front of another window.
Alright, so then Raimi just he still takes the hide action, but then moves 15 feet away from the location he was last found at.
Okay.
Which I'm not sure is going to translate very well on this map, but...
Well, seeing as you're here, I'd say, yeah, you sort of just move 3 squares away. That puts you in the gray area of the map, but that's alright. Alright. Audience, you said you made an opportunity attack.
Yeah, I missed.
You missed. Alright. It's because he didn't move. You know, usually when you do this, people start moving away or they're not looking right at you, but the angle makes it that he sees you, so that's the problem. Alright. Well, in that case, now it's your turn and the beast's turn.
Alright. I guess we'll roll out.
I rolled a 3.
Roll a what?
A 3.
I still didn't hear it.
A 3.
A 3?
A 3.
Okay, well, he rolled an 8, so he still goes first.
And then he makes 2 con saves.
He takes his moonbeams.
Oh yeah, 2 con saves. Oh yeah, the moonbeams. Moonbeams are the thing that are hurting him the most. Oh well, he succeeds on both save. Okay. And Jorg, the damage of your moonbeam?
Oh yeah. $18.
All right. Again, the light is searing him, causing him great pain. And you are starting to see the wear and tear of this. It is hurting really bad. He will just move slightly up so he has a really good view of everyone attacking him. Tobiyashi, Fisher, and audience. He doesn't leave anyone's range, so it doesn't provoke opportunity attack. But now he sees everyone that is close to him.
And I see he is sleeve.
And since he saw you do this, he looks at you, audience, and say, "Oh, so this is how it's gonna be with you, little stuff. Come on, then. Let's see if I can't feed more off of you. Let's finish dinner." And it's a 21 to hit.
Yeah. Hungarian seems like that.
So it's 15 points of damage.
Alright.
Which
I am down to 29. That's at George.
yeah, I'd say probably, Jorg, you have a high enough passive perception to see
I
that
see.
audience is starting to be in trouble. He's starting to bleed.
Yeah.
He's not taking the fight well.
Well, I think if I easily, I'm the only one really getting hit here.
How dare you make me bleed my own blood?
But again, he recovers as he's sitting with the backside of this great axe.
Mm-hmm.
And he just looks at you while you're trying to make your attack again, your next attack, and says, "Thank you for the meal. Come on, give it your best."
I'm trying. That's gonna be a. The other roll. Let's see the other roll. All right. Well, one was a 19. One was a 19 plus 8, so that'll hit.
Yeah.
And then I'll roll again. The other one because I didn't see the other one. That'll also be a 19 plus 8. So both are 27s.
Wow. Go ahead.
Unfortunately, my crit is a 19 on my weapon. That would have been really bad.
Too bad.
All right. Well, he told me to go for him, so I guess I am divine smiting him twice with 2 level 1.
All right, that's gonna hurt.
Stop rolling. I don't need you to roll anymore. We're done, dice.
What?
No, I'm telling my dice to stop rolling.
I can barely hear you now.
Oh.
No, muffled.
My dice like to just keep rolling randomly.
Oh,
One
your
by one.
app keeps rolling your... Okay.
Yeah. All right. So the first, let me just do. Okay. So we got 15. And we got. That's all up. 15 and 12 is 25, 27, and then 48. Ignore these. That was pretty bad. 28, 38, 41. So he's taking 41 damage from me.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to hurt him rather severely.
21 damage.
You managed to take away everything he'd managed to take out of you. And a little bit more.
Also, audience, have you already used your channel divinity today? I actually don't know. It's been a long day, question mark.
I don't think I have, but I don't feel to be for the time.
We're having trouble hearing you. Your sound is really muffled.
I don't feel like you right now. I have.
Oh no, I mean, like, if you don't want to use your channel divinities and you still have the channel divinity available, you could always just turn it into a spell slot if you wanted.
I know.
Okay. All right. Well, that means this is it for you. The monster is done, so we go to Fisher. Fisher?
Fisher Price?
Okay. I will not. Um. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna hit him with my greatsword, or attempt such.
All right, I forgot to mention. On his turn, he took back the chain. Chain went back to him.
All right. So, first attack is a 21 to hit.
That is enough.
Haha. 4.
Now Fisher is the one who knocks.
17 damage.
Okay.
And if it was acid, he is now blinded by the acid cloud.
I believe there's a saving throw with that.
That is only for the incapacitation if they have.
Oh yeah,
keen
that's right.
senses.
Okay.
So until the beginning of my next turn.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try to. Is it cold out?
It's raining.
Particularly.
It's raining. I'd say, yeah, water. If you want to use this to create ice for your chromatic blade, I'd allow it.
Okay, so then I will use my bonus action to change the effect to cold.
Okay.
With like a bit of a flourish between strikes, and then I'm going to attack him again with advantage because he's blinded.
Okay.
You got blinded?
Yeah, the effect of the acid blinds him for one round.
That should hit. That's a 25.
Yes, it's enough to hit.
And he takes 14 damage. And now he also has, until the beginning of my next turn, disadvantage on con saves
Okay.
for the moonbeams.
Yeah. All right. So, as you close this round, he's gonna go again and give a big old howl to everyone. So, everyone who has managed to break free of this, you can make your roll
Was it my
with
turn?
advantage. A legendary action. He can take one
Oh,
legendary
yeah.
action
Never.
at the end of anyone's turn, except himself.
Anyone's turn. Okay.
Jor got 8.
So if I already failed it, what do I still roll?
No, because right now you are still frightened.
Okay.
Does a 14 make it?
No.
No. Bummer.
So fear grips your heart as you hear this dreadful howl.
I hit him for the first time, and then he like looks at me, and I'm like, "Oh shit!"
I hit him! Damn it.
Audience is finally feeling a little fear because he's getting quite wounded, so he will also be feared.
Okay. So what did you roll?
I'm just like, nothing's working.
I also rolled a 4.
So, sorry, I didn't hear the beginning of the message.
I also rolled a 4. I'm also.
Okay. Remy?
17.
70 is enough to hit. You resist it. Jorg?
18.
It's enough to resist it. And poor Ogunak is still gripped with fear, but he is holding his spell. Alright. Tobiyashi, it is your turn now.
Okay. So do I roll to see if I get out of it on the start of my
yes,
turn?
you can
or...
roll. Yes.
Okay. 14.
Unfortunately, that is not enough. You're still frightened.
So is he blinded still, or?
He's blinded until the beginning of Fisher's next turn. So yes.
Okay, so it's so I just roll a straight roll if I'm gonna attack him then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna spin it, be like, please do something. And I spin it as fast as I can, and I'm just gonna try to smack him upside the head with the end of the mace ball.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, please. 18.
That is not enough. You swing and you see him raise his hand, and it hits the bracer that he has. Just.
He's close enough for me to do fury blows.
Technically, no. There's one square between you and him.
that's
It's
what I was
10
thinking.
feet.
Oh, right.
5 feet, I mean.
You could move closer and do it.
I
No,
can't.
But then
He's
you'd die
frightened.
next to him.
He's frightened.
I'm
He
so frightened.
can't.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I can't move closer. Everything's it's not working.
You can see that Tobiyashi is a little panicked. Not working!
At least I didn't take a hit. So, yeah, I'm just gonna end my turn because I got nothing to do.
Alright. Alright, so he's got a decision to make here. No, he wants to survive. He's not going to make that. All right. So we've been fighting for an hour and a half. Would you like to have your break now? Or do you want to go one last round because there's a chance that he could be killed during the next round?
Let's see if we can kill him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if we could kill him.
So, Arunak keeps with his spell, and he just keeps on... he moves the moonbeam right on the creature. Alright. We go back to the top of the initiative with Jorg.
Ooh. Jorg is gonna move up to J11, and then
Are you frightened
Alright.
right now?
no,
None.
Okay. J11.
yeah, and then he's gonna he didn't need to move up, but he's gonna yell a healing word at audience.
Okay, what's good?
He's gonna do a level 2 healing word at audience
Okay.
for 8 HP. Could have been better.
Yeah. Alright. Well, he can't use his chain on this because he can only use his retaliation against someone that uses a spell against him. So, he's not going to throw a chain for this.
Alright. And then he's going to move the moonbeam as a bonus action back onto the
Okay.
bad guy.
Moonbeam is back on him. Anything else?
Nope. That's Jorg's turn.
Okay. Remy. The creature
Alright, so-
looks injured. Audience
Oh.
was injured enough to be healed. Tobiyashi is losing his mind with fear.
Well, to be more precise, Raby doesn't see any of this until he sneaks 15 feet back to the window he was at and peeks over the windowsill. It's just like, oh, I missed a lot apparently, he thinks to himself. But, yeah, he will make a bow shot.
Go ahead.
That's gonna be 24 to hit.
That is enough to hit.
Yeah. Alright, that's going to be 4, 8, 13. 4, 8, 13, 16, 20 points of piercing damage.
20 points?
Yep.
Okay, he's looking very hurt. But he's still up. And you get a retaliatory strike with his blade.
Although I will ask,
yes.
You with the wording of the ability that you created here,
Ranzel
does
can
it have
throw...
to be a creature that they can see?
Because he's blind.
Well, the ability itself, Ranzel can throw his chain short sword at a creature which has cast a spell or used a range or thrown weapon against Ranzel. But within his other abilities, because of his closeness to the wolf god, he keeps his perception pretty high. You would have to reveal yourself, so he would have to attack with disadvantage to hit you. But he still knows roughly where it's coming from.
I was mostly just looking for how you worded it. But yeah, go ahead and make the thing happen.
Yes, the player has allowed you as the DM to do something. Go ahead.
It's like, no, for real. Just like sometimes I just have to be like, hold on, does it say they have to see me? Okay, move on.
on the reaction though, Remy, because he's attacking you, I will also attack him. So we're three.
So, you might be able to avoid this. I don't know. It would be a 20 to hit.
Oh, good. Remy can actually shield this one.
At the last minute, you see this chain arriving right next to you, and you use shield. Ah!
Audience misses his.
Just like shut the windows, the shutters on the window.
No, it's an actual spell. Remy actually does have shield in his spell. All right.
But that's just the funnier version. Just like a magical pair of shutters appears in front of the window, shuts, blocks it, and then disappears.
All right, and just like a sniper shooting through a window, the course was just slightly deviated, going right beside you. But Jorg, you probably had a moment where you believed that was meant for you, because if you look at the angle, damn, you're really right on it. So you probably saw that blade go right by your eyes. And oh! All right, Remy, you managed to shield it. You go back in hiding. You move away. You cower.
Well, I can't move away because I had to maintain my original stealth. I had to move at half speed.
Oh, so you're stuck in the window. All right. Well,
so I won't bother to hide because he'll know where I am regardless.
Okay. So, which means it's audience and the creature. Audience.
Yeah.
Who strike first?
Well, my dice have to roll. 11. Down 11.
11. You go first. He rolled 10.
All right. Well, I guess
First, I'll see if I can shake off the fear.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nope. I'm not shaking off the fear with that roll. And I don't get advantage anymore, right? Or do I?
Since you're feared, you'd get disadvantage to attack him, but you'd get advantage.
I don't
Oh,
advantage.
he's asking if having broken the fear once Like, if the advantage only comes from making the fear effect happen again, or if it comes from subsequent rolls after that.
Oh no, it's subsequent rolls after that. Once you manage to shrug it off, after that you always have advantage on your roll.
Okay, so I should have advantage. Okay.
Yeah.
So then I actually do break it.
Okay.
Because I get a 20.
Okay.
Audience will take off the fear and then attack him with advantage twice.
Go ahead. All right, so a 19 and and a 22. 19 doesn't hit, 22 hits.
The 22, it's advantage. I get advantage with him.
Oh, that was the same roll, but with advantage. Okay, go ahead.
One attack. So 22, so the first attack hits. And second attack will... Well, actually, let me roll to see if I get a nat 20. Second attack will also hit. Okay. Alright, attack hits. And I do...
I think your phone it needs a break because we're having a lot of trouble understanding you.
Alright. Well, I'm going to use one level 1 Divine Smite. And then I'm going to use my action to give myself another spell slot and use a level 2 Divine Smite
Okay.
to gain a level 2 slot. So I still have one level 2.
Okay, so how much damage do you do? Kill it! First attack.
Alright. First one, it's a 12 there, and then plus 2d8. Is actually, no, I'm not going to do all the damage at once. I'm going to do all the damage at once. So it's going to be a 12 plus 1 plus 5d8. Nope. That's one more.
So
It's kind of bad.
how
But 11, 17. So 17 plus what did I say? 21? I said 21?
I couldn't hear it.
Okay, 21. 31. It was 38. I do 38 damage.
Okay, so the first hit does 17. And the second one, the rest, is that it?
Yes.
Okay. So on the first hit, 17. On the first hit, you strike him and he does fall on his knees for a moment. But because of an ability, he gets back up right when you give him another strike, and the second one hits also. Is there a way you'd like to finish this fight?
Yes. I will rip, because I assume his axe is still inside me, because it has been this entire fight.
Yeah, well, he probably tried to hit you just as you were hitting him, so...
Yeah. So my first strike will knock him to his knees. As he goes down to his knees, I'm gonna rip his axe from my side in that moment of weakness. Take it, kind of like hold open his arm, and then with my other hand. Well, I guess I have to two-hand the sword, so I can't do that. Never mind. I'll just cleave him in half. We'll just go simple.
All right. So you'd like what were you planning on doing? Maybe I can adjust this so it works.
I was planning on just holding the axe with my other hand, and then basically just like pulling it out of me and being like, "Today is not the day you feed on me, but the worms will feed on you," and then running him through with my greatsword.
Hear me out. What if you literally body slammed into him while the axe was still in your side?
I think that would hurt a lot.
Well, no, that works. It can still work. I mean, you just pull the axe out, and as he's distracted in a moment of weakness because his body went slightly limp, but he used a relentless endurance ability. So you manage to push his arm off with the axe, and just as he's looking up and trying to regain mastery on his axe, you take both your hands and you look at him and you advise him of his new status as warm food, just as you push your sword right in the middle of his skull. There is a weird moment right after you do this where you see the energy of your divine smites just push in, and I'm gonna go back to the normal, where you see your divine smite just push inside of him. His body slightly burns right around the wound that you just caused. And you can't help but to hear in your mind, and everyone also hear it, a distant wolf howl, as if to say, I will get revenge for this. But then everything falls quiet. And you are back in the rain.
And then we go on break.
And then we go on break. Yeah. So, with this gentle rain, well, slightly, not so gentle rain, but still just rain, we let you go to break, empty your bladder, and we're going to be back in exactly 15 minutes. This time I'm going to look exactly what time it is so I can be exactly here in 15 minutes. So, have a nice break. While you're on break, remember, it's a good time to follow us if you're not already following us. It's a good time to tell your friend, hey, come on by. They just finished a long fight. They're going to go back to RPing, so could be interesting. Come on. And if you're already following us, well, why not subscribe? I extremely appreciate it. But for now, let's go to the break and see you all in 15 minutes. Bye.
I'm a failure.
Welcome back. And yes, the fight is over. You can stop squinting to see the battle map. I'm so sorry if you're watching this on a phone. It must have been horrible seeing what that drawing was. Alright, so you've just managed to slay one of the enemy, which was supposed to have been quite a challenge, but fortunately for you, you managed to take out a very large portion of his hit points right the fight started, which you can easily imagine made quite a difference in the combat, seeing as how bad he was hitting you with his ability. And so, you're all there in the rain, watching as audience did this heroic strike at the end, striking beast down.
I'm just gonna drop down to my knees and I contemplate how much of a failure I am. I couldn't do anything. Well, that's what he's thinking. I couldn't do anything that whole time, and he's just gonna think that for a while and sit there, and yeah, basically what I'm doing right now.
Well, you can all notice fairly easily, although with audience's poor perception, maybe you would struggle a little bit. But for everyone else who has well, at least Jorg and Remy, you'd be able to see that Tobiyashi looks in distress, psychologically, not physically.
I will walk over to Toby. You said you were like sitting down, right?
Yeah, I'm just sitting there.
Yeah. I'll walk over and kind of put my hand out to help you up. You know. Everybody has bad days. I've been there a couple times. Get up, shake it off. Try again tomorrow.
Okay. I get up with him, and then I guess we go over to the guy's body.
Okay.
I look at him and I'll go. So, I mean, that's already pretty gnarly, but we are dealing with a bunch of druids. So,
Fallen.
I'd rather not leave the chance of him, them bringing him back. So, we want to. I don't know how to prevent that, really.
Can we cut off his head?
We could chop him up.
Put him inside your portal thingy?
Jorg, what do you need to make somebody come back from the dead?
Can I knowledge Arcana that?
Well, actually, it's a spell that you can use, Revivify. And
so I know.
you would know, because you're a druid, that it is against your principle to force a soul back into a body, but you can flame the embers of a dying person. So, from the druid perspective, once the soul has left, it's not well seen to force it back in the body. It's the cycle of life. So, if you can find a way to prevent someone to use Revivify, he's most likely going to stay dead. Unless they have priests of other faith with them. In that case, who knows?
Yeah.
We could throw him. We could also just throw him in my portal, take him with us, and then deal with it later. Since we should kind of get out of here, I assume our fight caused quite a commotion.
Yeah, you guys hear that howl at the end?
I did. I think we should be on our way. We also still want to try and make it to the monastery before it gets dark.
I like
That
the
is a good
idea of
point.
just taking the body.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's
Maybe
go.
dumping it
Yeah,
I was
we
thinking
only
about
have
taking the
to
head
keep
anyways,
it for
but-
1 minute before the soul is too far gone.
Alright. I guess I'll open my portal and chuck the body with all his gear. Because that's also an easy way to take the
Audience
with
and I
us.
just like heave and roll
Yeah.
this huge dude.
Maybe we've still got
Rainy
the bear.
friend.
That gives us advantage on strength checks.
Yeah, the bear spirit is still there. It's helping you a lot.
I think Claudius and Fisher are strong enough on their own that we can fairly easy lift it like nine, even a big guy like him. But with the bear totem, definitely, it's no problem.
All right, so you slowly heave and pull, and you manage to pull him inside of Audience's dimensional space. While you're doing this, Fisher, this is the first time you actually managed to hear this outside of normal circumstances. But you hear a series of knock coming from your backpack, which you have identified as safe.
Yeah, I will pull it out and I guess mirror it back to him.
Kobayashi, you
Ew.
see Fisher take a box out of his backpack, and he just
And just tap on it.
tap on it,
I'm just
and
like,
then put it back inside his backpack.
I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. We should start heading out. I don't want to figure out what that wolf was. I need a rest.
Yeah.
I wanna
Yeah, we
cast
should
a
start
level
running.
2
Honestly, we
runes
might be
on
able to catch up with
audience.
the.
You're gonna cast what
Ooh.
on them?
A level 2 cure wounds, you get 17 HP.
Oh, thank you. I could have healed myself too, but thank you.
Well, what will be the point of me being here if you healed yourself?
To do it when he's dead.
Good
Alright,
point.
I think we start at a brisk jog.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll start. We'll go. Honestly, we can maybe catch up with the party because I mean, as a slow-moving group, we can probably catch up with them.
Okay.
Yeah. Or at least try.
Yeah, I'd
Should I
say...
go tell them first? I could go there and come back.
I'm gonna use my last level 2 spell also to resummon my cat and get on that.
Okay.
Doesn't that take a while?
That will take 10 minutes.
Oh wait, no, I won't. I will do that later. Yeah, not a quick thing to do.
All right.
Faster than Find Familiar, but it's not fast.
Yeah.
All right. So you start moving. I'd say someone make a perception roll. You can be helped by someone or magic.
Remy, I'm helping you.
I'll give you guidance.
So Remy, you can make a perception roll with advantage and guidance.
You see that over there?
If you don't break 25, I'm going to be disappointed.
Where is that?
24.
There we are. Well, you don't have to worry about that. That's going to be a 27.
Okay.
There it is.
All right. Well, you can fairly easily manage to find where the caravan is. You do need to adopt a very brisk jog, and it takes maybe 10 minutes because they didn't stay on the main street. They didn't want to be that easy to find. But after 10 minutes, maybe 12, you do manage to find them, catch up with them. And they're moving quite stealthily. Naifa is pretty proficient at what she's doing. Not only that, but she is entering shadows and reappearing at different positions. She's doing a very good job surveying everything that's happening.
Why do I just want to imagine that she's just like very confident? Okay, everyone's being very quiet. There's no way that this can possibly kerchunk, 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 kerchunk.
I feel like I'm being called out.
What? You sure about that? Nah.
Even though it's correct, I don't appreciate it.
Fisher is the only one we can shove in the dimensional space, and he's not gonna die in there.
I could.
Oh my
So-
god. Just put
Except
him away when
inside.
you need to be
He will
sneaky.
die inside.
It's a different kind of death, but it's still death. So you manage to catch up, and as soon as you catch up, of course, you have Naifa who joins back to you with you, and so I guess you either managed to lose him or dealt with him completely.
Audience cut him in half.
Nice.
Maybe minor allusions to the very scene.
I stabbed him. I did.
Oh.
He got stabbed. Thanks.
Don't forget, guys, Rami comes with visual aids.
Yeah, but audience is a teenager trying to impress a girl, so everyone said he just destroyed him, he cleaved it in half, and then Remy shows the image of it, and then you just get audience, just finished the fight, that's all, it's no big deal.
Really.
Being humble about it.
It was hard to challenge. Didn't kill it.
And as soon as she leaves, I know I was so awesome. Right then, all right. Well, that's definitely gonna make it easier to get out of the city. Although, I do feel like we're being slightly watched. Let's go ahead. Let's just keep on that brisk walk. I'm sure it's gonna be the better option.
Yeah.
does seem like we may have heard a revenge howl, I guess you could call it. When he died. So, yeah, we should still get out of here.
Right then. All right. Come on, everyone. This isn't the show. Keep moving. Keep moving. They did the fight for you. Doesn't mean we're out of trouble. And you immediately see a lot of people just start walking again. You heard one or two comment, but he's covered in blood and he's all right. Pointing at audience.
How near are we to the edge of the city? We're getting probably fairly near.
Yeah, I'd say you're over halfway there. You're maybe another 15 minutes away.
Okay.
It's raining, right?
Yes.
Yes. It's a...
I'm gonna turn my silks into a hood so that to protect me from the rain.
All right.
It just like comes out of my back of just my back basically and turns into a hood.
All right.
And then I'm gonna use it as hood. I'll change the color to like brown or something.
You can increase or decrease the pigment of it, but you can't
Oh,
outright
no,
change
so
the
I'll
color.
just turn it black then.
Okay.
Because I can, yeah.
You can push it all the way to white or black.
Yeah,
but you
and
can't
then
just change
back
it.
to okay. Sounds good.
Because this color has significance for you personally. All right. So, let's see. With a big group like this, we're gonna go and roll. Okay. I suppose you're trying to get out of the city as stealthily as possible?
No, I wouldn't say as stealthy because, again,
Okay.
once the big guy saw us, we kind of decided just to go for speed instead of stealth.
As fast as
Yeah.
we can.
Yeah, I'd say going for speed now. 'cause
Okay. All right, then. Everyone keeps on going. Let's see how they're...
Should we scout up ahead?
All right. The group is...
I don't have my.
Summon 8 horses to ride, but that's not enough for.
I
the
assume
other-
that, honestly, what's her name, can scout up ahead if she needs to. She can move through
I mean,
shadow.
You could put multiple people on a horse.
Yeah, how many?
Put
how
2
many
people on a
do we
horse.
have?
You have
How big
20
are
people. Well, 18 people. 19 people.
Put the kids on a
If
horse.
If the horses run out of my range, do they out of the range of the spell? Do they disappear, or is that just for summoning it?
No, I believe it's just when you're summoning it.
I might just give
So that'd
them
actually be
a bunch of
pretty
horses so they
great.
don't slow us
Just
down.
poof like a bunch of horses. That might speed us up a lot. Because remember, a lot of these people they've been in a cell for a while, so they're not in great shape.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about them disappearing if they leave the 60 feet range. Although you might lose the ability to command them beyond 60 feet. It doesn't say that they disappear.
People know how to ride
Yeah.
horses.
And
Everyone knows how to
My-
ride a horse.
And in the Middle Ages, most people, yeah.
It's like driving a car.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You don't have to reach a certain age to learn it. It's just
Don't you know,
can you get onto the horse.
Every horse comes with a stick in the middle that reads Prindle.
Da, 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 da. All right, so
All right. I think I'm just I'm gonna let the group know that I'm gonna summon you guys 8 horses, and I want everyone, all of you guys, to double up on horses if you need to, and I'm just going to make them. You guys are just gonna book it to the what you call it, the sanctuary
the monastery, yeah, sure.
monastery. That's it.
Well, yeah, with 8 horse, you can probably fit at least 8 people. If you pair a parent with a child, there's not that many child. They can easily pair up and it won't affect them, but you can put 2 adults on a horse. It becomes over-encumbered, meaning that it's gonna get tired a lot faster. But if you're just using that to make sure that they don't fall behind, yeah, it can be maintained. An hour is right next to what you'd need. To get from the city to the monastery is 1 hour. So the horse would probably disappear a few minutes before you reach the monastery.
That's worth it. It'll keep us going faster.
Yeah.
At least.
Speed now is better than speed at the end.
Alright.
Yeah.
That's
Alright, I'm
the
gonna
previous
do it.
night
Oh,
in flashback.
Alright, so
8 regular horses materialize around us, I assume.
I'd say it's probably 8 riding horse. They're the one with the lowest
Yeah.
DC. Alright,
Yeah.
so you manifest 8 horse. Immediately you say to people to go on the horses, and there's a few people that just looks at you. That would have been a lot more useful a few moments ago. And you-
I wasn't sure what I'd need a few moments ago.
It's like, I'm here now.
How
What?
lucky to have this at all right now.
It's like, well, fine.
You-
You don't get a horse.
you get a you get a
Yeah.
you get a comment from Naifa saying, "Well, yes. I guess you live up to the reputation of the druids. Come on, stop dallying. The strongest of you are still going to be on foot. Everyone else on the horse." You see 16 people get on the horses, and the 4 strongest just stays on foot. So, with this, it's definitely easier to follow. Yeah, alright. So, I did Constitution roll for the everyone following, but now it's for the horses, and it works pretty well. Alright. So, you actually managed to make quite a bit of travel. You managed to get out of the city in 10 minutes, and as you're walking out, you do notice, I'd say, Jorg, Tobiyashi, and Remy, because you have the highest passive perception. Although, the only one who would have a instinctive, sick reaction to this would be Tobiyashi. You see a form leave the city. You're a good way out, maybe 20 minutes out of the city, when you see this shape. Looks like a man, but 20 minutes out, he looks a little bit small, but you do notice him moving out of the city. And he's just looking at all of you. Tobiyashi, however, you do recognize the way this person is moving, the composure that he has. It's Ernik watching your group leaving.
Alright.
that'll make it better.
He's not doing anything, right?
No, he keeps true to everything you've heard about him. He's watching your group moves. And when he sees that you've moved, he starts moving in a direction parallel to yours and watches carefully what you're gonna do with that.
Okay. I'll say to the closest, whoever the closest is to me.
Where are you? Front, center, or rear?
Probably the center.
Okay. So who in the group would be right in the middle of everyone?
I'm holding up the back. I
I'm
think.
probably at the front.
So it's either gonna be Jorg or Remy.
I guess that leaves Ramy in the middle.
All right. So
Okay.
Tobiyashi, you have a choice between Remy and Jorg. Is that it?
Yeah, turn over to Jorg. No, I'll turn over to Remy. I'm like, you see that, don't you?
Are you pointing at something, or are you just saying?
Yeah. I'm kind of looking in the direction, not to just like point out. Like, I'm not just gonna point at him. I kind of look back at the direction where he's looking at us from, and hopefully he looks too.
With your passive insight, Remy, it's not hard to figure out that he's pointing at what you just noticed.
Yeah, Remy just minor illusions, like a small still shot of it, and looks at him.
Oh, we gotta be careful. We need to move a little bit faster than we're moving if we hope to get out of here. Try to tell the others. Go walk over to the next person. We'll like catch up to them to go let them know.
Alright, so probably within a minute or two, audience, you'd have Tobiyashi coming up right next to you and warning you that something is following.
And
Yeah.
watching us.
So
I'll say, do you know? Well, I'll probably ask Toby. I'll be like, do you know who he is? Do you know what's?
There's not much I know about him. He's just watches. That's all I know. He literally just watches everything. I haven't seen him do anything, but he's part of them, so we got to keep it moving. Who knows what he's thinking of?
Anyone who wants to try and get more information out of this shadow following all of you, you can try and make an insight roll with disadvantage because he's quite far away.
Jor's only got it.
Most likely none.
12.
12? Okay.
8.
Much better than I thought I was gonna do.
Audience?
8.
8? Okay. Remy, did you roll something?
Only a 9.
Wow!
The disadvantage hurts. Because the other die was a 17.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's really hard to see anything from that far away, but Fisher, you're the one that rolled the highest. It feels like a predator following you. And because of your martial background, it feels like an opponent duelist trying to force reaction out of you to see how you react. This is the watchful eye of someone trying to understand you so that they can win against you. But that's all you can manage to figure out with that roll and the distance you have.
It seems like they're just scoping us out. So
Alright.
long-
Well, again.
I don't believe they'll engage first.
Okay.
So we should just make sure we get back to the monastery.
Yeah. I was gonna say our first goal is
Do we
still
want him
obviously to
following
get
us
back.
to the monastery?
I mean, they know where
I mean,
the
they already
monastery
know.
is.
They know where the monastery
Oh.
is. The monastery's been under attack for like what
Yeah.
week?
It's
At
just-
least 2
it is
weeks. At least.
defended,
I see.
but yes.
Well then, let's keep going.
You keep on going, and just like I said, a few minutes before you reach the monastery, the horses disappear, and everyone is back on foot, but you all manage to make it to the monastery. And as soon as you arrive, you see Naifa disappearing, and then suddenly the door of the monastery is being opened by a few priests, which looks ragged, tired. You're pushing probably the 4 o'clock, so the day has moved on. It's not time to go to bed, but you know, it's at the end of the day. Looks like someone that was woken up, opening the door and greeting you. Wow, there's
We
so
don't
many
want
people.
any.
We don't have any candy. Go away. Wow, there's so many of them. I'm not sure where we're gonna put them all, but we're not gonna force them to go away, since we know that they need them. Come on, everyone, get in, get in. It's a human male, looks in his 30s. Come on, come on, hurry up, hurry up. I see you're back.
I will,
Looking
so
at.
that I don't make a huge commotion with all the parents and everything, all kind of quietly say to him, there are some parents in this group that are looking for their kids.
Right, right.
So you might want to run them by the...
Okay,
the
yeah,
kids
sure.
here.
Yeah, thanks. He even gives you a tap on the shoulder when he says thanks. And turns around and... we have quite a few orphans. If you have a child that you're missing, come follow me. I'm sure some of them are gonna be glad to see you. Or at least glad to see someone they know. Come on, follow us.
Maybe anticipating
And if
a
yours isn't
problem.
here, you can grab a new one.
How many? Oh God.
Maybe anticipating a problem, just shouts in a gruff man's voice. All right, everyone, in a single file line.
You have a few reaction of... What the...
Don't mind him. Just do it.
And in response,
in an orderly way.
and in response, they have Jorg trying to reassure them, and a living tree just coming up and saying, "Don't worry, he is mostly." Well, I was gonna say not dangerous, but that's not true. He's just not dangerous for you. Come on, move in, move in. Don't mind him. And immediately you see people not being reassured by what Orunak said and the fact that it's been said by a living tree.
But then Raimi makes a rainbow.
You hear this one kid at the end of the monastery somewhere go, "Wah!"
Also, because of the way audience started this, he is gonna draw his mace again and be like, "Your hero has delivered, as promised. Shelter."
Oh well, you have a lot of reassured people looking at you and the light, and you see some of them visibly have a burden taken off of their shoulder, sort of. Right, well, there's hope, alright. And they get in, and you see this group that splinters off the main group and going toward where all the children are, and the rest of them are just being led to the Miséricorde, where all of the wounded have been taken recently, so... You even have one person that comes up to you, audience. Thank you very much. You and your party, we'll never be able to thank you enough. If you ever need something, if we survive, you're always welcome in our city. Thanks. Thank you so much. He turns around and he thanks Jorg. And
City? Can we get the name of the city?
It's like, is it that one?
There are a lot of cities.
I should sure hope so. We're gonna have to win it back for you too, probably.
well, so far the city has only been named the excavated city because it's the only one in the area. So it doesn't lead to any confusion. It's just the excavated city.
Alright.
And one says, well, we tried using the original dwarven name, but it's too complicated and most of us can't pronounce it, so it's just the excavated city.
What happens when you... No, I guess that still works. Never mind.
So we got promised a city. We're probably at least safe places to stay in a city that we'll probably have to win back for them. Got it. All right.
Yeah.
Well, in D&D
What
term, audience, your ability for your background is active for this town now.
I know. I know. It's just funny.
That's no, that's all
The
right.
town under hostile control. Yes, thank you.
Right, and you see a few people also thanking Jorg and thanking Tobiyashi, and you should have told us that you had friends coming.
I go to rest. I'm gonna go to rest. Like, is there like a room that I could go into?
Well, not a lone room, but like I said, there's the Misericorde where all of the wounded are being taken care of. Otherwise, there are quite a few chambers that have been transformed into makeshift dormitory.
Oh, George.
Okay, I'll go to one and just go to the corner of it and rest.
Alright. So immediately you see Tobiyashi just leaving off the group as one person thanks him for having such...
I don't even say anything to him. I just like I walk past him. I'm just like, nope. And I go to rest.
And you have someone that rides next to Remy, and you see that there's a little bit of discomfort just looking at you, and it's probably something that happened to you quite often, and you're really free to be offended by this, but you get someone that looks at you and, thank you! Thank you! And he starts moving away, and he looks at Fisher and, yeah. I already thanked your master, so... And he moves away.
I look to Ramy and I'm like, that was impressive. I mean, 2 in like 1 go. That usually doesn't happen. At least when they're trying to be nice about it.
One day they'll understand, Ramy. One day.
Alright, so...
Audience is gonna go summon his cat. He's back.
Alright, let's
Back
get
in
the
the
cat
force.
back. Alright, so...
Yeah, I'm in the corner. I'm just talking to the thing. I'm like, how do you expect us to survive and get out of here if you're not gonna help me?
He repeats what he said. The concept of I need something.
Need something. What the hell do you need? Okay, and then I just rest. Yeah, I get ready for bed.
Well, it's still 4 o'clock. Of course, you can sleep fairly early because you're tired, but you've also
I've been tired.
You've also just been reunited with audience, which you haven't seen in a while. But of course, you're completely free to go to bed early, and we're gonna see what everyone wants to do if you do that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of beat up. Well, not beat up really. I didn't really get touched, but beat up from being captured for so long. So I'm gonna rest, and I'll talk to audience later.
Okay. So, Tobiyashi, you go in a corner, you find yourself a place to rest, you lie down, and you contemplate your mace, or at least your mace head. Needs something. He can do more, but he needs something.
He needs you to hit something.
I need to finally hit something that
Snap.
needs me to actually hit. Like, I could help you out. Just
I can only do so much. You gotta help the other part, my guy.
I can't make myself attack. Come on. Yeah.
Alright, so Tobiashi goes to rest in a corner. Meanwhile, Jorg, Fisher, Amy, and audience, what are you doing? It's a little early for you to go to sleep, but
Jorg wants to find someone and ask how many people there are in the monastery.
right now in the monastery, you find a what looks like a end of teen years girl, just and she has a large pot of something to eat in her hand. It looks like oatmeal, but well, last time I checked, it was there's nearly 100 people in here. Because of all the civilian, normally it's just maybe 12 or 20 people at most. But now all of the refugees, at least 100, maybe more.
I am sorry that we contributed to the overpopulation, but it is necessary.
It's all right. Times are gonna be rough, but it's what he would have wanted. And she looks up when she says that. And we're gonna accept everyone. His love and help knows no bound, and we'll figure a way
here
out.
eating my oatmeal.
We'll figure ourselves. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna use the last 4 of my spell slots, including one level 2, to create 40 good berries, and then I'll tell her I'm gonna eat one, and then I'll say, all right, distribute the rest of these, just one per person. It'll keep them nurtured for a full day.
Oh,
Or
well, that's very generous. Thank you. Well, it's gonna help stretch out the food for a little bit more. There was enough food to last us a week, but with 20 more people, it's mostly down to 5 days now. But this is certainly going to at least stretch the food for a full day, almost. Thanks. And she just takes some sort of cloth and just puts them all in, wraps it up, and I'll distribute it.
cool. Thanks.
Bless you, my child. And she lets you go.
All right. Well, I did my part. I'm out of here.
Like Jorg sitting there doing the I'm older than. Never mind.
All right.
I'll go find audience. And
Well, you know him. He's not hard to find.
yeah. So about your friend that we picked up, did
Yeah.
he always talk to his mace thing, flail head?
Do you have a mace thing? When I don't
You've
know.
never seen that. You've never seen me have it out if I did have it.
Okay, I'm gonna be like, I don't remember him even having a mace thing, so that is new since I last saw him.
I see.
I mean, you talked to yourself with Terranad, so I'm gonna guess it's probably some kind of magic object.
I do, which I would be. But like, he hasn't been to the garden, right? He didn't make it.
Oh, he's been in captivity since I last saw him, so
So where did
I
he
don't
get
know.
it?
I don't know. I have not seen him since long before you even joined us. So I don't know. Again, I don't know in game time, but it's probably been it's been many months since I saw him.
I'd say probably nearing 2 months.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in 2 months. So.
I'll ask. Hey, Taranad, I know you know the other artifacts that the rest of our friends have. Do you recognize that mace flail head?
No, not really. I mean, doesn't seem to be anything very impressive, but I'll cut off the rain because you're inside. No, really, I can't say that I've seen this before, but there's quite a good quantity of magical object also in the world. Doesn't mean it's not because you can talk to it that it's a all-powerful object that comes from thousands of years ago. Some object actually have consciousness or awareness inside of them, and you can't rule out a curse. So
that's kind of what I'm worried about, because I mean, I'm sure like you journeyed with him, so I mean, I literally just met him and I'm horrible at reading people, but if he didn't have it before he got captured and we rescued him from being captured, it's kind of safe enough to assume that he was captured the whole time. And if that were the case, the only place he could have got that thing was from his captors, which
I'll try and ask him about it at some point.
Really can't be.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, I was, trying to be helpful there earlier, because obviously I've definitely been in that position where you just, you don't have a good fight. You miss a couple times. But maybe there's a curse or something. I don't know.
I will ask him. I'm gonna let him get a good night's rest, since I don't think he has, and I don't know how long. And I'll talk to him tomorrow. Ask him about it.
Okay.
Do you want to help me discreetly dispose of a body?
Well, sure. We are not great at being discreet, especially together, but yeah, I can help you move a heavy object.
Alright.
I don't know why, there was a lot of meat in the soup tonight.
Oh.
Nope.
Yeah, here guys, we got food for another 3 days.
I was more thinking of burying, but since I did say he would be worm food, and I feel like I should at least bury him so my line makes sense.
Well, it's a lot of rock.
Just put him in the box with
garden.
Terry and he'll be worm food.
Or,
I mean, we're in the monastery. There was a garden, right? Because we planted Terranad. Body's good for mulch.
I think that's the thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jorg knows. Best way to go about this.
We're gonna
decomposition would be good for the plants.
We're gonna
you help us fertilize their garden.
Yeah, we're gonna start sneaking off to the garden to try and bury.
Oh, I can help out with that.
It's fun.
It's for the good of nature.
This is your whole shtick, right?
Yeah.
Make sure no. Yeah.
So, and what I'm wondering is Remy going to be included in this very
Remy
intriguing
noticed
moment.
us probably being really awkward and weird and not that stealthy as we kind of shuffle off to the garden. Yeah.
We need Raimi to help dig through his pockets.
Yeah.
He's good at that.
Okay, come loot him. Then we'll bear.
Even when I don't know where Raimi is, I always just assume he's like around, because half the time when he is, I don't notice him anyway. So.
And well,
I'm gonna kind of I'm gonna kind of sneakily call out to the general area. Remy, we're gonna go do sneaky stuff if you want to join.
Remy, well, first be honest. Would you be anywhere near the party as all of this is happening, or not? If you say not, I'm gonna say make a perception roll with disadvantage, just because they're moving about and they're being weird, and one goes to get audience, and then suddenly you see them go toward Jorg. But if you're already following a member of the group, then you don't have to do any rolls.
I'm going to roll a d20. Rolling high is in favor of the party. Rolling low, maybe does something completely different.
Okay.
All right, you guys got lucky. Raimi was about to go do something, but he happened to still be in the area.
So he basically he was out of earshot, but not out of eye shot. So the moment you
and you
saw
guys aren't exactly stealthy, and it's just like just starts blinking, thinking to himself, "What are they doing?"
Yeah, the 7 foot tall guy, like the 6'10" guy, and then Jorg is like 6'2" or something. Try to be.
It's the basketball
hushed
team.
So as Raimi is wandering over now to see what the fuck is happening,
you suddenly get, I don't remember who said that. Hey, Remy, do you want to help us take care of a body? So,
and then they'll just hear in a gruff voice, "Ah, tale as old as time."
Yeah, Raimi's no stranger to this.
To hide it properly. I know how to fertilize the ground with it, but...
well, you know the key is fungus.
Yes.
Do we have any just at walking around the monastery? Do we have any fungus?
Well, you never scrubbed the place. Maybe some fungus have started to grow because you did shove in
There were a bunch of mushrooms in there at one point.
You did shove in a large quantity of mushroom at one point in there.
Have our
fungus. They can grow on pretty much anything.
All right, so you all you go inside, you start shoving mushrooms in his pockets or in his mouth, and Remy...
Well, I think we're probably going to search him first. We're probably going to let Remy search him first.
So Remy...
Raimi's digging through his pockets while we're just stuffing his mouth with mushrooms.
Remy's like, what are you guys talking about? I had all this stuff before you hit the ground.
Tobiashi,
I mean, that would be funny if that were physically possible. But
Tobiashi, from the room where you are, you know, you're still pondering what I need something means, and then suddenly you see this bunch of people, audience, Jorg, Fisher, and Remy, going past the door. 5 minutes later,
I'm just like
coming back, and then 5 minutes later, going again.
oh,
They're
no.
plotting something.
I'm just like I'll contemplate a little more, and then I see them passing by. I'll just kind of look at them like, what are they doing now? How are they still doing stuff? And then I just go and lay down and rest.
Okay. So Remy, roll your investigation to
Can I assist?
Of course, you can be two. There can be two of you looking in this.
Guidance, Jorg.
Yeah, guidance. All class guidance.
He's going in
Man,
the
you guys
ground.
really
Last
want this to
chance to grab
succeed.
anything.
You got this.
All right, I'll pull that D4 in. Well, I rolled max on the D4.
That's good.
So that is going to be a total of. Let's see. So that's going to be a 26 total.
Okay. Yeah.
Everyone loves advantage.
Always. With wings. All right, so you go through all of his stuff, and he doesn't have a lot. Like I said, he was shirtless, so it's mostly his pants. There is this great axe, which seems to have two fangs on the other side. You find the short sword with a chain on it. You find bracers, which looks fairly pristine for the quantity of hits it took during the fight.
They're definitely bracers of defense, by the way, guys. Just letting you know.
No, they are defensive bracers. A different homebrew item that does the exact same thing.
Yeah, it's just because I like copying objects. And you find what could pass as a religious symbol. It looks like a small wolf, but it's made out of straw. And there is you're not sure. You think it's a piece of metal inside, or it could be a gem, but the moment that you squeeze it, it starts oozing something that looks like blood.
We should maybe burn that. You said straw?
Yeah, it's roughly the size of I'd say, baseball. And it has the shape of a wolf. You know there's something in the middle of it, but whenever you try to squeeze it or push the straw to see what's in the center, there's this reddish liquid oozing out of it.
Can I investigate it?
Sure. What are you trying to determine?
Just what exactly it is. Other than, like, a religious symbol. Unless that's exactly what it is.
Well, there's definitely something that feels religious about it, seeing it's a wolf cult and the everything's been organized so it looks like a wolf. But sure, you can, if you want to know if there's some properties to it relating to the religion of the cult, that would be religion. If you're just investigating it to see what it's made, what might be in the middle of it, why is it oozing blood, that could be investigation.
I wanted to see why it was losing blood, but I also want to know.
I'm gonna roll religion. I'm gonna roll religion on it.
Alright. I'll just
I rolled
poke my
11.
fingers into it and see if I can figure out what's in there.
All right. And Jorg?
Net 1.
York licks it.
Yeah, it's gross. He starts to touch it. Oh, this is nasty.
Wait,
Never
is this
mind.
my blood?
All right, so Jorg is completely stumped in front of this. He looks at it, he pokes it, there's blood coming out of it, and he pokes it again, and again, and again, and he's sort of stuck on the fact that there's always blood oozing out of it. It's more blood than it's supposed to be inside of it.
Where's it come from?
It's like bloody slime. Or a... I don't know, a bloody sneeze,
I know that very consistency very well.
Audience with religion with an 11. It's nothing impressive with an 11, but still, you look at it and there's some element of it that reminds you of when your god gave you the first holy symbol that you had. You know that energy can be channeled through this by gods.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn to the others and be like, I think we should destroy it. Energy can sometimes be channeled through these things by like gods, and I don't think we want it. I think we should try and destroy it with like fire, and I think we should just burn it.
Burn
it with fire.
Put it down,
That seems like a good idea.
and I'll shoot a firebolt at it.
Okay.
Seems like a good idea.
The first firebolt isn't enough to destroy it. You sort of see it sear, but it doesn't catch on fire immediately.
Can I do that, and I'm like, screw this, and then take out, like, summon my greatsword to my hand, and then use green flame blade and just like stab it.
Oh, yeah, no, of course you can do that. So you just put it down and as it goes through, as you see the energy of the blade just pour inside of it, you do start seeing it to consume. And just as it's starting to finish consuming, it suddenly starts pouring out more of this oozing blood, more and more and more, until it forms a puddle. But eventually, the wolf burns up, and then the puddle sort of dries up and becomes solid and cracks even, and there's nothing else.
All right. And there's all right. I guess we should bury him then.
Raimi just starts handing out daggers and short swords to everybody.
Yeah. Who wants a
We've
sword?
gotta. We've gotta
Based-
have.
Well, for digging, historically speaking, you better go with daggers.
And also, who thinks
Good
there's-
point.
Who wants a sword and axe? I know the axe gonna heal. It's a great axe that can heal, which is cool. And the sword is obviously like a chain sword that you can throw at people, so that's cool.
Remy, do you want to pull out your book and see what exactly they do? So hopefully we don't get any surprises.
Raimi nods, and then, but before he turns to his book, just starts like, just like leaving small, like little dash marks in certain areas of the body, and then after that, just turns his attention toward the book.
All
All right, I guess we'll continue to bury the guy while Remy does the spell.
All right. So you start burying this person while Remy makes the ritual. It takes about the same time, maybe a little bit more burying. When Remy is finished with the ritual, you have your hole, and the guy is in the hole, and you're starting to fill it up. So by the end of everyone finishing to do this grim task, Remy, you learn that the bracers are bracers of defense. The chain short sword. It's a +1. The sword itself on it is a +1 sword. The chain itself only has one ability. It can be thrown up to 60 feet. And as long as you have the chain in hand, you can call back the sword. It acts as a thrown weapon. It gives the quality of thrown to the sword.
That's cool.
Could that work on anything? Not just the short sword?
The way that it's made, you have a feeling that you'd have to break part of the sword to get the chain out. That would probably be something left to the garden to do. Try and see if they can dismantle it and give the same thing to another thing. The last thing, the great axe, it's only a great axe +1. You get the feeling that from your and and now I don't know why it just won't come out.
Analysis?
Exactly. I don't know why it just wouldn't come out. Of these three objects, you get the feeling that some of the abilities you've seen were fueled by the
Hunter cult.
no, the
The thing
religious
blew
symbol. The ability to drink energy from another body probably came from the symbol, as with the searing ability of the chain.
So that blood was all mine that you were seeing, by the way.
It was all the bloody dagger.
You taste it, and yeah, it does taste like audience's blood.
Like, wait, Raimi, why do you know that?
And it's mixed with snot.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious.
Well,
Okay, so essentially,
probably.
the bracers are useless to everybody except Tobiyashi.
Yes.
Well, yeah, Tobiyashi can definitely use them.
Yeah.
Tobiashi's like, I want defense.
I'm asleep. I'm not there.
Honestly, probably it's probably the safer bet to still have destroyed that thing
Yeah.
than to
Well, I
have
assume
these be a little cooler and also possibly I don't know, cursed or vulnerable to I don't know how religious magic works.
You hear?
Audience
Is-
is gonna look at Fisher and be like, I assume one of us should probably take the short sword and chain because it'll give us range.
I mean, I can supposedly I can hit stuff with my firebolt.
So yeah, so
So
I guess just for clarity, would the is the callback effect?
it's a bonus action.
It is a bonus action to call back. Okay.
I can now divine smite people at 60 feet if I get it.
Technically, yes.
Unfortunately, that's not how that works.
yeah, if it is just throwing it, that's still a ranged attack with a melee weapon. So
But there's a chain.
Yeah.
I mean, that's up to
just
DM
channel it to the
discretion, my
chain.
guy.
I'll think about it. I'll think about it.
That is better than a no.
It's a gray area. I'll think about it. So yeah, that's about all that he had. Every other thing, every other abilities doesn't seem to be accounted in the object that you're analyzing, and the only one that was destroyed was the effigy of the wolf. So
Alright. Yeah. Alright, we can figure that out. I actually out of game need to go.
okay.
It's like,
Well, in that case, all I'm gonna do is, does any one of you want to take watch as the night is falling? All right.
I'm not doing anything else.
So, in that case, we're gonna end this stream with give me a roll for your night watch.
my cat will as well. He's back.
Okay.
Hey, that is a 19 and a 22 with Terranite's help.
Okay.
That was a 15 for my cat.
Okay. Well, your cat, as the night comes, because you're gonna get this information anyway through your cat, you have firsthand how unsettling nights are, because the wards are being put up, and then suddenly the wards are being attacked repeatedly, and there are priests going to the walls, reinforcing the wards. So you get the first-hand impression that Fisher had the first time. Fisher, with the roll that you have, you said 19 and 21? Is that it?
22.
22. So as you're looking out, most of the night, feels like it's the same thing as the last night. And in the last few moments of the night, when it's still dark, but there is the first sign of light outside. The sky is slowly leaving the complete black and adopting slightly bluish tint. Taranad tells you, that's not right. Wolves. They're gathering. That's not right. Something's gonna happen. And this is where the stream ends.
Are they not going away? Is that what's happening?
They seem to be concentrating on a single point. Slowly, instead of disappearing, they're gathering next to a single wall.
Just make sure I sleep for
And
8
the last thing,
no spell.
I intentionally formulated this as everyone seems to have decided to go to bed very early. I have formulated this so that you have 8 hours. You all have your long rest. But the last thing you see, Fisher, as Taranad points that out to you, you see the silhouette of a single person in the shadows, watching you specifically.
Does it look like the watching dude? Or is it just a silhouette?
Make a perception roll.
Better. 21 and 24 with Taranad.
It does feel like it's him. And seeing what you saw before, that should mean that he found something. A weakness.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys,
Everybody up.
time to go. Time to go again. By the way, just for everyone to let everyone know, we still have 6 days until reinforcements arrive. So all we have to do is hold them off for 6 days.
6 days.
Yeah, well, Tobiyashi, you might have a different opinion on that.
Yeah.
Read the information I gave you.
Yeah.
Dude, I can use 1.5 spells per day at that rate. That's
All right. So,
Without taking a long rest.
all right. So, like I said, you all have your long rests, but we're going to start out the next episode in a bit of a pickle. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you had fun. The fight was, well, surprisingly not as hard as it was supposed to be, because everyone had the brilliant idea of finding a way to remove half of his hit point. So the phase where he hits people and puts half of the group nearly in the ground just sort of just got skipped. So this is what happened when a group plans. Doesn't happen often. In every single game that I've seen, it's something you can say about all players. So don't feel bad about it. But it's not often that players actually do this.
It's not the lack of planning that doesn't happen. It's the lack of actually executing the plan.
Yeah.
So, I hope you still had a pleasant night. As always, if you want to support us, something that we would really enjoy, and I'm saying this very seriously, bring on people. If you know people, come on. Tell them about this place. You're part of a stream. You're part of a community of a stream. If you like the stream, tell them about us. We're a welcoming community. We're not going to turn them down unless they start saying profanities in the chat. So come on. Don't be afraid. You can support the stream, as always, by following us on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. You can also support the stream by making a donation, becoming a Patreon, and since we're affiliate now, by subscribing to the channel. And like I just said, you can always support us by spreading the word of the channel. It's the easiest way. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're already part of a community, it just asks you to say it out loud. Hey, I'm part of a second. There's a second stream that I watch. Come on, get it over. It's mostly fun. So, thank you for being there, and we're gonna see you again next Wednesday for the next live show. Next Friday if you're here for the rebroadcast. And until then, stay safe, and as always, as hopefully this pandemic is coming to a close, stay healthy. Good night.
Jenny.
Night.